Looks like we're recording. Okay, what we have here is a static load test of a large antique radio tube. It's known as a IMAC 450TH. Many other companies made them. These tubes were used quite extensively in the military, in their transmitters and modulator service, and also another military version known as the 6C21, which was a radar pulse tube. What it did is it keyed the magnetron in early radar sets, and they would use a bank of 4 6C21s, and they would put out about 250,000 watts. Well, the magnetron would on around 225 megacycles in those days. That was considered really high frequency back in 1941. Well, anyhow, what I'm trying to do here is determine if this tube is gassy or whether it will conduct. It's not going to produce any type of radio frequency energy, because all I have it hooked up to is a power supply with a variac on it, so I can adjust the high voltage. The tube is designed to run up to 5,000 volts. I'm only going to be putting about 1,400 or 1,500 on it tonight, and we'll see what it does. So let me just adjust the variac. You can't see there because I got the lights off, so I can see if you can pick up the redness of the plate when I start advancing the voltage on it. Over here we have a set of mercury vapor rectifier tubes, and as you can see, I'm turning up the variac. They're getting brighter and brighter, and that's because the tube is conducting. I'll turn that back down and focus the camera on the tube. And alright, so here we are back on the tube. I'll get back a little bit, get more of a overall view. So here we are. We're starting to get some current. I don't know how this is going to turn out because I'm looking at the viewfinder and it's all blurry. There, the tube is starting to turn red, but I don't know if you'll see that. Maybe if I get back a little bit further. Over there's the mercury vapor tubes glowing away in the USA. The tubes are nice and red. Okay, maybe that's a better shot. Yeah, it is. It's all blurry there before. Gotta be careful when I reach over here that I don't reach and grab the wrong thing, because might be my last reach. Can't have that kind of thing happening. Now, well, that's up around 700 milliamps at 1500 volts. You do the math. It's 7 times 15, so about 1,000 watts. I'll turn the filament back, or turn the voltage back down, get it to a nice, maybe down around 500 milliamps. That's a half an amp for those of you. Of course, when I turn, I have no idea what the voltage is right now because I don't have a meter on it, on the voltage side of it. But the plate is nice and red. There's no blue glow inside the tube, which is important, because if it was glowing blue, it means the tube is gassy. When they're gassy, they almost act like a short circuit, and they won't work so well. Pretty much considered no good. A tube like this, being as old as it is, almost 65 years old, 70 years old, it's amazing that they still have a vacuum after all this time, but they made them really well. I don't think this one has uranium glass in it, but a lot of them have on the bottom and the top where the seals are. They use a thing called a uranium glass, and the reason they use it is because it's very malleable. When the heat, there's a big heat differential on these things, and when that happens, regular glass could break, where that stuff will just somehow absorb the high temperatures and not break. There's the rectifiers at it again over there. I'll crank the voltage back up again, see if we can get any of that redness in there. That's at maximum tilt right there. I think the tube is putting out some kind of diode noise. It's enough to light up the fluorescent bulbs above me. If I already have them on once, it'll and then if I turn the fluorescent lights off, the bulbs will continue to glow, indicating that the tube is radiating something. But I don't know what frequency. It must be very high frequency. Hopefully it's not X-rays. There. Now we're just getting to see these tubes are way down. I hope I just about went out there. I'll go through that one more time. That's way beyond the specification what those tubes are supposed to handle. I think they're rated a quarter of an amp or half an amp, and I'm putting almost an amp through them. But it's just intermittent, so anyhow. The fun you can have in the USA. I'll just turn this thing off and see how it came out. Winding it on down. Unplug the high voltage. Well, there you have it, folks. We'll see what happens.